Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to Freebeat. Of course, today we've got the Teenage Engineering OPZ controlled by the Arturia keystep, a wonderful combination. And today I wanted to make a really simple phrase or simple pattern and just show you guys like how much fun you can have with one pattern, just tweaking it to your heart's content with all the effects on the OPZ and the tape track and the master track. There's so much you can do. So, I did not find a free pattern, so if I hit play, that's yesterday's video. Oh, that was from an Instagram clip, I think. We can delete that. I don't need that song anymore. There we go. So now we have a blank pattern. So, let's see here. Let's just do some basic drums. Let's go really simple. Let's go 4 on the floor. So we'll go on 1, on 2, on 3, and on 4. There we go. Snare drum, we're just going to go 2 and 4. That's a good combination. I always get lost. 2 is that one. Okay. And 4 is that one. There we go. Hi-hats, let's just 8th notes. Let's just put those in by hand like that. Take the metronome away. And now we're grooving. Cool. Let's do a bass line. Drop down an octave. Let's go like super basic disco. Just an octave jump. Let's pick a new. There we go. We'll go down 1. We'll quantize that because I didn't play that really that well at all. There we go. All right. Now let's go to the arpeggiator here, and actually let's go to the chord track, and let's not go down there. I come back to this patch all the time, and that's all I'm going to play. Alright, so we're going to take this basic pattern here that we just made in less than 5 minutes, and we're going to have some fun with it, with all the effects and stuff. So let's jump over to the actual effect track number 1. So first, actually, let's go back to chord, and let's say it's 100% to effect 1. These are the effect sends, the orange LEDs. I don't know if they look orange on here, but this is effect 1 send, and this is the send for effect 2. So let's go to the effect 1 track. I believe right now it's set for delay. Or now it's set to delay. And I don't really know the names of stuff yet. I'm super new to electronic music and all this, so basically I'm just going to press buttons and change stuff, and you guys can hear how the pattern changes. Right now, of course, we're messing mostly with the chord track because we cranked the effect send very high on it. You can filter almost anything on here, which is awesome. This one's going to be reverb, I believe. Yep. We can filter that. Then we can go back to the chord track and say there's no send to effect 1, but we can go change the bass and say that there is a lot to. Now we got some reverb on the bass there, and you can do this for any of the tracks. So you can see how this can get like out of hand. Now the bass drum is just going off with all kinds of reverb. I don't mess with the effects tracks too much. I more use that as just like whoops. There we go. What is going on? Oh, never mind. I'm an idiot. I mainly use the effects tracks as just a way to add a little flavor to the sounds when I'm actually building the sound. Every once in a while, I'll do something like the bit crusher in like a certain section of a song, but it's mainly in relation to the sound, not really related to the overall song. So yeah. So anyway, here's our pattern again. I guess really quick too, I should mention for those of you who are new, there are 2 effects tracks on the OPZ, and only one of them, I believe, only track 1 can have delay. I don't think the processor in here could handle 2 separate delay effects. But yeah, you can do 2 reverbs or 2 bit crushers or whatever the other one is. I forgot. But yeah, super cool. Hopefully Teenage Engineering will add more effects in the future. I'd love to see some different types of reverb on here. That would be pretty neat. But yeah, and with the delay, you can set the length and all kinds of wonderful things like that. But so now we're going to head over to the performance track. And this turns all of these into punch-in effects. So let's just play some. That drops out the percussion. This octave right here, this F through this E, affect the percussion tracks, and this F through this E affect the synth tracks. So F sharp's gonna filter our drums. That one's gonna do some repeating. I don't know really what all of them do. I only know a few. I like that one. The cool thing about the OPZ, like what's going on there? I don't even know. The cool thing about the OPZ is that you can layer as many effects as you want. So let's filter the synth track. Meanwhile, we're doing this one, and let's do. This one must add some kind of random notes in, so let's do that up top too. See, like I'm just holding down a bunch of buttons, and I don't know what the hell's going on. Our song is completely changed. Almost everything has changed. And then you can let go, and it just goes back to normal. Super cool. Gotta love that. You can... Actually, I don't know what these do in here, in the performance track. I could have sworn this one was some kind of filter as well, but I guess not. Something else for me to learn. Seems there's always things to learn on this amazing little synthesizer. Now we can go to the master track, which at the master track you can actually change the key of the song. Or not the key, but you can change the chords, and it will try to calculate what key we're in. So since earlier on the chord track we played C minor, according to the OPZ's computer, it's going to know we are in C minor now. So it knows to go to B flat major or F minor there, which is kind of, so I would go F major right there, depending on where I was taking this. But you can kind of tweak that by giving it little hints of what key you want to be in. In your bass line, you can put in little like ghost notes, like little scoops into like from like B to C, or little half step scoops that it counts as having that note in there to indicate what key you want. So there's ways to play around it. I'm not really big into chords and music theory. I just try to fake it pretty good. But one of my friends who is he's a teacher, a music teacher, he was playing with this and was pretty impressed with the CPU in here and how it processes chord changes. You can make some really cool stuff though. And since these are all tracks on the OPC, you can actually record your changes. So on the master track here, we can set it to 4 measures long, and we can just go. Just like that, and we have a 4-bar phrase. And the cool thing about that is you can, anything that could affect the track, so like effects or anything like that, can affect the master track too, and the performance track and all that. So you can get really crazy with the stuff you can do. We're only scratching the surface here, and I've only ever scratched the surface. So let's see here. Again, I'm not exactly sure. Oh, actually, here's where the filter is. You can filter the whole track. So this is really good if you're performing and want to do some live stuff. You can have a lot of fun here. I believe this is effect send 1 and 2 actually, so that's pretty cool. Again, we have most of our effects turned way down, so it's not going to do too much for us. And now you can see with the effects or the performance track, you can set 4-bar phrase. Actually, I messed that up. And now that little filter sweep in there, effect 6 on the synth patch, is recorded in, which is super cool. And then we'll go check out the tape track. I'll take that filter off, actually. So if we go to the tape track here, I've watched a lot of videos on the tape track, and I'm not really sure how it works. All I know is it emulates kind of the playback of if you were on like a tape, and it'll, depending on what buttons you have pressed, it'll repeat a certain amount of times, depending on where you are in the song. I don't really know. All I know is you can get crazy with it. Cuckoo has a live set where he uses a couple of the effects on the tape track, like super good, like it's nuts. That's one of the videos that made me want to get this, actually. But you can have some fun, you know. These again determine how long it plays for, I know that. And then these right here will ramp the pitch, so that one kind of fine tunes it. And this one, you can get really crazy with it. So you can do something like that. And then this is going to be your filter, actually. So you can filter that too, which is really neat, especially if you want to record your changes. Set this to 4 measures long. Yep, I forgot to hit record. See? So depending on, you can't record the actual wheel changes, I guess. But you can record holding the keys down. But now I'll show you, you can filter this. So you can get absolutely crazy with the performance track, or the tape track. I don't really know too much about it though. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to show you guys how I sit down and come up with some of my ideas for tracks. That's all this thing is for me, is just like a giant sketch pad. And this is probably like one of the best instruments I've ever bought for just messing around with stuff. We're going to go to the tape track though and clear that, because that does sound obnoxious after a while if you don't know how to use it right. So yeah, so we can just jam here and then we'll filter that. Oh, and I don't know what happened to our synth track, actually. I have no idea what's going on right now. It's clearly trying to play it. See, like, and then sometimes things like that happen, you just don't know how it happens. And all I did there to get out of that was you hold stop and hold track, and you can see those LEDs flash across. That means it's clearing that particular track, which for us right now, again, was the performance track. The little dude is lit up, and that's the symbol for the performance track. But so many times I'll be playing and stuff like that will happen, and it's just like, what the hell is going on? And I don't know. I think it's really cool that there's a device out there that can be so controlled, like you can do exactly what you want, but it's, like, it can still have so much hold on you, like where you just have no idea what's going on, and there's always new stuff to learn. I'm still just trying to figure out, you know, the step components and stuff like that. Maybe we'll do one of those real quick, just to so you can change up all kinds of stuff just on the fly like that. I forgot my favorite feature of this actually is on the tape track. If you hold the pitch bend down, it brings the whole track to like a crawl. So actually, real quick here, let's go to the performance track. Cut all that out. Oh, and then go back to the tape track. Actually, I don't know what it's doing now. Usually it'll bring the whole thing to a crawl. Let's pick a different track real quick. Here we go. See what I mean? You can do all kinds of fun stuff with it like that. But yeah, that's how I come up with a lot of my stuff on the OPZ. Super fun. Again, it's amazing to have a device like this, especially that is battery powered and we can fit in our pocket, that can power a MIDI controller. I'm no way affiliated with Teenage Engineering, and we don't, this is not an ad for this device or anything like that, but if you're really looking to have kind of a musical sketch pad, I really recommend this little guy, and I'm going to keep coming out with more jam / I wouldn't say tutorial, because I'm learning just as much as everybody else is, but yeah, these kinds of videos where I just mess with it and show what I've figured out. But yeah, thanks for watching. Have a good one, everybody. I figured it out. It was the filter.